Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Poji Force here, and I just wanted to do a quick little video today about this announced update for December with the Destiny weapon tuning. This came out just last night, and I thought I'd give my thoughts and opinions on this announced update since a lot of people in the forums have some very strong opinions on the subject. This is from the desk of sandbox designer John Wisniewski, and it's basically about weapon changes. And they start with the auto rifles with the intent of making auto rifles a bit more competitive at close range. Seem to be losing a lot to pulse rifles. And basically, here, what they've done is to make them better at close range, they've kind of just across the board increased the base damage of all the auto rifles. Now, I'm an auto rifle person. For the most part, I've always been, even back when they weren't very good. I was an auto rifle person. So this is actually pretty exciting to me that the auto rifles are getting even more of a buff so they can be better competitively speaking. So I'm actually really excited about that. So next up they talk about pulse rifles and how the pulse rifles right now they're having a moment, but they're also kind of overpowered at the moment. They're supposed to be good and versatile, but not that good. So they're basically doing the opposite to the pulse rifle that they did to the auto rifle, and they're lowering the base damage significantly, in fact, for the low and medium rate of fire guns, and the high rate of fire guns too. So for the most part, significant reduction in base damage for the pulse rifle. Now, I can kind of understand this. I'm going to go ahead and give my commentary on this. Uh, Pulse rifles, I find, are astoundingly good in Crucible right now. In my most recent video, I got destroyed by a bad juju, significant distance away in 2 to 3 bursts. Like, these guns are just really, really powerful at the moment. So, reducing their damage to kind of offset that, I can kind of understand. And they're also reducing the damage fall off, so that way their damage fall off. Again, I guess to prevent situations like what I was just talking about, where you're being hit across map and killed to 2 to 3 bursts. But they're also increasing its damage against AI combatants. So the guns are still going to be really effective in PvE. It's just balancing mostly for PvP. And shots to kill. So the low rate of fire ones, as you can see, have a really high chance to kill. And the high rate of fire ones don't. So I'm going to keep going down here. And hand cannons. Hand cannons have been really, really bad lately. Um, when I got my first curse, I instantly dismantled it because I'd heard about how trashy that gun was. But they're trying to make hand cannons better while still filling that niche of like close to medium range precision kills. And they're not changing too much, but they're increasing its aim down sights accuracy. So I guess that means, I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe better aim assist. I'm not sure. But I don't know. Hand cannons could use some help. And now we're getting to shotguns, and oh boy, did people have a lot to say about shotguns. Shotguns still lethal at ranges they probably shouldn't be lethal at, so they're kind of doing a whole lot of things to shotguns to fix that. They want them to be effective at close range, and they want shotgun combat to be more deliberate. That's more how I play shotgun, where I'll pull it out and I'll wait for a guy to come around the corner and I'll be ready for him, or I'll kind of be aiming down sights as I pass around the corner trying to get the guy. I've been killed by way too many conspiracy theory Ds and things like that that are killing me at ranges I feel probably they shouldn't be killing me at. So what they're doing first is they're changing damage fall off. So significantly reduced range for damage fall off, where if you can melee them, then you'll get full damage for the most part. They want shotguns to be one-shot kills, yes, but not at the ranges they've been doing it at. But what's more is that basically they're taking everything about the shotgun and making it worse. Slower ADS, slower reload speed, slower ready and stow times, more recoil, even slower movement while the gun is active. 2 frames delay when firing out of a sprint. That makes me happy because how many people just like run up on me, slid, and then shotgun me in the face? They shouldn't be able to get away with that. That's in my opinion, that's rewarding bad play style. They should not be able to get away with that. So the 2 frame delay when firing out of a sprint, I like that because it gives players a chance to respond before they just run up on you and then blow your face off. Slower time to aim down sights, not really a problem with that. I do have a problem with reload speed because shotguns generally already have a significantly slow reload speed. And slower ready and stow times, I feel we can do without that because sometimes someone rolls up on you and you need to whip out your shotgun very quick and react. I understand that they want the guns to be more deliberate, but sometimes you just need to react. And if the rest of this is fine as long as you can react fairly quickly. Damage fall off is fine. Slower base movement, I can deal with that. You're not supposed to have your shotgun out all the time anyway. And also, again, as you can see, increased base damage to AI combatants. For the most part, I'm okay with this. I understand that this means I'm probably not going to be using shotguns nearly as much as I am now, but I don't really have a problem with these changes. A lot of people were raging, just very upset about these changes, and I'm just don't understand why people are so serious about it. But more on that in a bit because we now have fusion rifles. Fusion rifles, high stability, high range, charge speed. They want it to be anticipatory, kind of like what I was saying about shotguns. They want you to be ready and respond beforehand rather than whipping it out and blasting people in the face. They want to reward good play skill and good prediction. They don't want you to be able to just pull out a gun and get a kill because your enemy managed to sneak up on you. Your enemy who managed to sneak up on you should be getting rewarded, not you. So what they've done with fusion rifles is they increase the charge speed on fast charging fusion rifles so they can be more reactionary, but they also reduce the burst damage. Uh, Reduced hip fire stability because they want you aiming down sights. Uh, Increased stability in ADS. And they also reduced carry to inventory for fusion rifles because they don't want you to just spam them. They want to reward good, accurate, precision play. And again, as always, increasing base damage against AI combatants. They want the guns to see more use in PvE, and they also want them to see more use in PvP, but they also want them to reward good player skill. Now, sniper rifles. Sniper rifles are kind of fine as they are, but the big change here is that they're changing how luck in the chamber works. So instead of doing luck in the chamber damage on any, regardless of where you shoot people, it it only works if the shot is precision damage. Now, I'm personally fine with this. Some people have had problems with this. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not even a really good sniper. It just seems to me that if you get a one-shot body kill with a sniper rifle, that's not cool. You shouldn't be getting away with that. I've played many a PV or a PvP team-based combat games like Team Fortress 2, older Call of Duties, things like that. Halo. I've played games like that, and you should not be getting body shot kills unless the guy is already significantly damaged. Luck in the chamber should not be taking a guy from full health to dead because you shot him in the chest. It should. So I understand while the buff to precision damage isn't really going to matter in PvP, that will matter on PvE, where you're maybe dealing with a boss who has a significant amount of health and it's going to take multiple headshots. Um, but it's called luck in the chamber. You should not be getting kills rewarded for luck. Like, oh, I shot that guy in the chest, luck in the chamber proc. He's dead. Oh, I got lucky. I get progress for that. I get to do well because of that. No, you should do well because of your player skill versus their player skill, not because of luck. So I'm fine with that. And sidearms. Sidearms should feel light and responsive, reload and handling stats from good to great. All they're really doing is increasing the ready and stow speed for sidearms, but honestly, looking at these now, I may actually change my preferred secondary from a shotgun to a sidearm because they have pretty decent range, and I'm more of a primary weapons guy myself. I'm usually rocking my auto rifles or my scout rifle, my Suros Dis 43, or is it 47? It's one of those two. But I always kind of like the appeal of an auto rifle primary and then a sidearm secondary because maybe because just of my days playing Halo, but that was your loadout in Halo 3. You got a pistol and you got an auto rifle. And so I'm willing to give sidearms a second chance. Um, Shortly before Taken King dropped, there was a sidearm from House of Wolves that I very much enjoyed, especially because of the bonus damage against Fallen. But they also tuned specific exotic weapons. First Curse had a lot of problems, like I said, and they fixed it. One of the big issues was that when the perk procced, you'd be like down already half a magazine. Instead, what they're going to have it do is that when it activates, it completely refills your magazine. Plus, the perk is going to be doing a lot more. It's also going to have a bonus to range where the first curse had like probably the worst range stat for a hand cannon. And the boost imprecation's the gun that you use to get the first curse. So all in all, I like what they've done for the gun. It's probably actually going to be viable now. We'll see how viable it is when this patch goes through. Hawk Moon getting nerfed because, frankly, uh, the gun was way too good. If anyone was using a gun, a hand cannon, it was the Hawk Moon. So they're reducing the range and they're changing the damage bonus from luck in the chamber and holding aces. So I think it's still going to be a really good gun. It's just not going to be quite as amazing as it used to be. Give other hand cannons a chance to shine. Next up, we're going for the Chaperone. And surprisingly enough, the Chaperone is getting kind of like a nerf slash buff. I guess they felt that the Chaperone was causing a lot of rage. Reduced base damage, but bonus precision damage, significantly more precision damage. I guess again to reward players for playing the gun how it was intended. So, as opposed to having like shotgun body shots from halfway across the map, if you're going to be doing anything, it's going to be a precision shot. Basically, it's like a short range sniper rifle, the Chaperone. Next up is a gun I'm really interested in as a Titan, and that's the Fabian Strategy. And they've noticed that the Frontlines perk, no one's really noticed it doing anything. So they've changed how it works. Instead of buffing rate of fire as a bonus modifier, it increases the base rate of fire, which actually puts the Fabian Strategy in like the top tier high rate of fire archetype. So they're going to reduce the damage per bullet for that. They're taking away some perks and replacing them with different perks. And they're going to increase reload and stability on the weapon to help offset the removed perks. So this one is interesting. I don't really know how that's going to affect the weapon. I've been a big fan of the Titan. I was wishing that the Fabian strategy got buffed because the Talalik is an absurdly amazing gun. On my Warlock, I love the Talalik. And I haven't gotten the Ace of Spades yet, but I heard that one's pretty good as well. So the Fabian strategy felt like the weak link of the three, but it looks like it might be getting better. I'm not still sure. I'm still not really sure about how this is going to affect the gun, but we'll see. Black Spindle's getting some changes. They're basically just changing scope upgrades for barrel upgrades because I guess for the tangible difference because they only had really the one scope art. So you change your scope and it doesn't look any different. So they're replacing them with barrel upgrades instead. It's really more of a cosmetic thing. But we'll see what happens. And Sleeper Simulant is getting a buff. They've increased the maximum ammo, which people have been calling for, so kudos to them for responding to fan outcry. They're removing the exploit where it converts to full ammo, and they're changing how it benefits from fusion rifle armor perks. Instead, it's going to benefit from heavy ammo armor perks. So that's all the changes they have planned for December on the weapons. Now, again, a lot of people had some big outcry against some of this, especially the changes to luck in the chamber for sniper rifles and to all those significant debuffs to shotguns. Now, actually, personally, I agree with those for the most part. Again, I feel that the uh, the reduced stow and ready time and the reduced reload speed are really unnecessary, but I kind of agree with the everything else that they have here because shotguns are really overpowered. In Crucible, I've been killed by Conspiracy Theory D so many times from a distance that I felt it really shouldn't be killing me from. And because my burden of proof shotgun does not have rangefinder, and I cannot win in a shotgun fight. I just cannot do it. And it also makes it I understand that reducing the range on shotguns will help. By doing these things to shotguns, it makes other guns more capable of shining through because, oh, hand cannons, they're close to medium range. They have a short range stat, so you want to be close range with that. Well, why am I going to use a close range gun that rewards precision when I can just meet shot with a shotgun at the same range and kill you? So, by doing this to shotguns, they're going to make other guns more viable. I can see they really wanted fusion rifles and sidearms to shine because again, pretty much everyone used shotguns and sniper rifles. They didn't use any other weapon for the most part. I did see some fusion rifles and Iron Banner the other day, but for the most part, it's still shotguns and sniper rifles. So I'm hoping that these changes are going to provide some balance. And really, just to comment on the people who are like, "Oh, this ruins the game, Bungie. How could you? Oh, this is really bad." The patch hasn't even gone out yet. This is December patch. We're not seeing any of these changes yet. So you don't actually really know what this is even really going to do. And frankly, you shouldn't be so scared of change. I am interested to see what this is going to bring about. Some of the changes are good, some of the changes I'm not so sure about. Again, really excited about the changes to auto rifles. If I'm going to be honest here, I'm biased. I'm a big auto rifle user, so I am really excited about this, and I'm tentatively excited about the whole patch in general. We'll see what happens when it comes out, but I'm encouraging you guys to just enjoy the game, play it how it is now. When these changes come across the board, try things out, find out if you're still willing to keep with your current loadout, if you're willing to try something different, but don't get upset because the game changes. You may think these are bad changes, and maybe some of them are, but that's when you just tell Bungie which changes need to be either undone or tweaked, and I'm sure they'll follow through and they'll give us what we ask for. The important thing is to just be patient, be considerate, and use your voice. Speak up about the changes you don't like. Speaking up now isn't really important because, again, these changes haven't even come out yet. We don't know how it's actually going to affect our gameplay. You need to try things out first. Don't hate them before you try them. So, I just wanted to do this short little video for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this quick look into the new changes coming out in December and my opinions on them. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Sunday, I'll be doing another episode of Iron Banner, Quest to Rank 5, so keep an eye out for that. I'll catch you later.